Hey guys, so a lot of you may know that I've been super sick these past couple weeks. I'm finally starting to feel better. I have a really nasty cough. I'm sorry. I may cough during this video, but I am feeling better. So that's awesome. Thank you guys for praying. And I've just been I'm really bad at resting. I am really bad at being still and taking time to just sit and rest and kind of let my body recover. I'm always on the go, and I'm always busy, and I'm always working hard and training and all these things. And so resting has been a weakness, since I was in pre-K and refused to take naps. So this has been a long time coming. And today I was reading in Isaiah. I was reading in chapter 40, and I was really convicted and inspired and encouraged. And I want to read you guys what I read that hit me so hard. I haven't read Isaiah 40 in a long time, so it's just nice to read it again. So I'm going to pull a few verses out, and this is what they say. So it says, Isaiah 40, "He will care for you as a shepherd tends his flock, gathering the weak lambs and taking them in his arms. He carries them close to his heart and gently leads those that have young. Don't you know? Haven't you been listening? Yahweh is the one and only everlasting God, the creator of all you can see and imagine. He never gets weak or worn out. His intelligence is unlimited. He is never puzzled over what to do. He empowers the feeble and infuses the powerless with increasing strength. Even young people faint and get exhausted. Athletic ones may stumble and fall. But those who wait for Yahweh's grace will experience divine strength. They will rise up on soaring wings and fly like eagles, run their race without growing weary, and walk through life without giving up." I love this, you guys. And I love this because I feel like it speaks directly to me. And I don't know if that's ever happened to you, where you'll be reading a verse or something and it just pops off the page. And specifically that verse, even young people faint and get exhausted. Athletic ones may stumble and fall. I just love the grace that is in this passage, that and I've said this before, I'm so hard on myself. And so when I get sick or feel run down, I feel shame. I feel so much shame. And that's not from God, but that's from my own trauma. That's from my childhood. That's from my experiences. And I'm working through those things. But I feel so much shame when I'm sick or I feel weak. I get embarrassed and I just hate the way that feels. But this passage is basically saying God is going to give me the strength that I need to keep going, to run the race, to not give up on this lifelong journey. And that when I feel weary, I don't need to feel bad about it, because he understands that that's going to happen. That even young people faint and get exhausted. That he empowers the feeble and he infuses the powerless with increasing strength. That this is not something that he, is disappointed in me for. This is something that he already knew was coming. And my job now is just to let him heal me and to let him strengthen me, and to let that be enough. And I think for me, you guys, that's so hard, because I always feel like I need to be doing something to earn God's love, or I need to be doing something to be enough. And this just reminds me that in the beginning it says, "He will care for you as a shepherd tends his flock, gathering the weak lambs and taking them in his arms. He carries them close to his heart and gently leads those that have young." And it's he doesn't push the weak lambs away or, shun them or yell profanities at them. He gathers them up, takes them in his arms, and holds them close to his heart. And so that's what God's doing for me in this season. I know there's so many of us who are exhausted. There's so many of us who are anxious and tired and maybe feeling depressed. But God is doing that for you guys too. And I just want you to know that he is such a good God. He is so loving. And that's not to say that bad things in this world don't happen, because we have freedom of choice. God made us free. And so we're free to make bad decisions and we're free to sin. But he is a good God and he loves us and he wants us to know that he is enough. Even when we're feeling weak and sick and tired, he's enough, and he cares about us in those seasons. Even maybe when we don't really care about ourselves, or when we feel like, we're just a mess and broken, and put, insert whatever negative word there. So this really, it hit my heart and I wanted to share it. This video is a little long, but it meant a lot to me, and I really hope that, that it helps you guys and just encourages you too.